Good afternoon and welcome to sunny Tin Kwang Recreation Ground, home of cricket in Hong Kong. Muskan Samtani joining you and another action-packed day of T20 International ahead of us. We are live around the globe on Cricket Hong Kong YouTube, Fan Code in India, ICC TV globally, Tap Mud in Pakistan, Bangladesh and Nepal, and Africa XP throughout Africa. Joining me today is Mona Wong. And Mona, it's Game 3 of the Tri-Nation Series.
Good afternoon, Muskan. T20 World Cup bound PNG are here with us again at Tin Kwang Road Recreation Ground and playing back-to-back cricket today, with PNG going down to Nepal in this morning's game.
Yep, with an unfortunate washout in Game 1 on Sunday between Hong Kong, China and Nepal, today has been dubbed Super Tuesday, with whoever wins heading to tomorrow's final. The first team to book their slot was Nepal this morning, so let's see who gets off the mark this afternoon at the Tri-Nations T20I.
It is Hong Kong China feeling on the up after defeating Nepal on Saturday on a one-off T20I game. Up against Papua New Guinea, looking to avenge this morning's loss and make to the grand final tomorrow afternoon.
That's right, Mona. PNG will need to regroup after a suffering loss this morning to Nepal, and playing two international games in one day will be tiring for the visitors, while Hong Kong China has the benefit of rest this afternoon and this morning,
But I'm sure the World Cup bound PNG won't go down without a fight, and Hong Kong China will definitely have a fight on their hands on the game later.
It's Game 3 of the 2024 Men's T20 International live from Hong Kong. We're around half an hour away from game time, so now let's head out to the middle for the toss and pitch report with Aaron Bush and Jay Dansinghani.
Yes, thank you, Muskan and Mona there in the intro. It is Super Tuesday for the Tri-Nations. We're going to find out who makes the final this afternoon. It's Hong Kong China versus Papua New Guinea. We're out in the middle, ready for the toss. Match referee Gandhi and third umpire Hemant Tukrul here. Home team for this game, it will be Hong Kong China. So the captain Nazaka Khan will toss and the captain from PNG, Asad Vala, will call. Oh, it's gone a long way. Heads it is. So Hong Kong China has won the toss. Nazagat, what did you decide?
Yeah, we're going to bat first on this wicket.
Now, you've played on this same pitch 2 times, Saturday and Sunday. Big score on Saturday, batting first. Is that the decision? You like the pitch?
Yeah, I think we have played two games on this wicket as well, and you know these wickets getting slower and slower. So yeah, batting first and putting up good score, and we'll try to defend that.
It's been a while since you played PNG. Played them last year, and they 2-1 victors, I believe, in that series. So you're looking to get revenge today and get into the final tomorrow?
Yeah, you know PNG, you know they're also a decent side. They have been coming, playing very good cricket, and they have just come from Oman as well. So yeah, you know we have to be on top of our game, and we make sure that we do all the right things.
Well, good luck today in the Tri-Nations Game 3 for Hong Kong China winning the toss. We're going to have a chat with the captain from PNG, Asad Vala. Asad, you didn't win the toss. What would have you done if you had won?
No, we spoke about chasing as well. There's something we've been doing really well. Didn't work out in the first game, so a quick turnaround for us, and just forget about what we didn't do well, and just focus on what we need to do well in this game.
Now, any changes? Back-to-back games, if you're just joining us. PNG played this morning against Nepal. Any changes to your side for the afternoon's game?
Yeah, we made 3 changes. CJ is out with Norman Manu and Osaina Pokana, Hila, Kabua and Shada in.
Okay, well, good luck today in the final. You need to win to make the final tomorrow. Sorry, it's Game 3, so it is PNG versus Hong Kong China for Game 3. The winner on Super Tuesday will go to tomorrow afternoon's final. The third place team playing in the morning against Hong Kong A. Now it's time for the pitch report, and down the end of the pitch, it is Jay Dansinghani.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. I think it's a good toss to win. Good decision as well from Hong Kong China. Win the toss, get runs on the board in a must-win contest. It's also a good decision for the following reason. Let's take a look at this pitch. Same pitch that's being used, but it's noticeably drier than it was in the afternoon. You can see some cracks as well starting to form in this surface. We saw the slower bowlers, both for PNG and, of course, for Nepal, Nepal, getting some grip and turn off this surface. Kushal Burtel taking 4 for 12 in that second innings. Karan KC as well in that interview with us. He spoke about how this pitch is just starting to dry up a little bit. So yeah, I think it's a good toss to win for Hong Kong. And one last thing, of course, those short leg side boundaries. That's another thing. We also have short boundaries straight from this end. But I'd much rather be in Nizakat Khan's shoes. He's won the toss. He's decided to get runs on the board. And let's see how many Hong Kong China can get. We're around 25 minutes away from the first ball being bowled. We'll throw back to the comm box. Yay! Sure.
Thank you, sir. First five, right?
कैमरे नहीं जड़ी है ओ तो बाकी यहाँ से ले गया कि कौन ले गया
bits are in there. Yeah. My highlights.
Yeah, but for some reason this camera 2 was showing it.
So what did you do? Did you switch to the side screen camera? Did you switch to the side screen? Yeah. That's not that. Good afternoon and welcome to Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground, home of cricket in Hong Kong for the Tri-Nations Series 2024. Aaron Bush with you, 5 minutes away from game time. Super Tuesday continues. We've had one big game this morning, PNG versus Nepal. Nepal victors, they go straight into tomorrow's final. So today's game, this afternoon, Hong Kong China versus PNG. Whoever wins, they go into the final tomorrow afternoon. Joining me in comms, it's Jay Dancing Honey. And Jay, we've got a big game ahead of us.
Yeah, you said it. What's going on? Is it plugged?
Could be this one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thanks, Aaron. I think we just swapped microphones there for a second. Bit of confusion there. Nonetheless, I think you said it. All to play for today. It's a simple equation. You win and you're in the final. You lose and, well, you're not in the final. You'll have to take on Hong Kong A tomorrow morning. Yeah, thanks, Aaron. I think we just swapped microphones there.
All right, we're going to run through the teams as the umpires come out in the middle. Same umpires as this morning. It is John Prakash and Shelton De Cruz. And I got the Hong Kong China side in front of me. No changes to the team that played on Sunday, but if you missed that one, you blinked because it only lasted 8 overs before being washed out. The captain, Nazakat Khan, Anshuman Rath, Martin Kutsia. You'll see Martin and Nazakat coming out to bat very shortly. Baba Hyatt, Azaz Khan, Yasim Murtaza, the wicketkeeper today, Zishan Ali, Atik Iqbal, Nazrullah Rana, Ehsan Khan and Ayush Shukla.
Yeah, and for PNG, we've got Asad Walla, the skipper. Charles Amini's out. Sese Bao retains his place. Kiplan Doriga still in the 11. Hiri. Jack Gardner's out. John Corico retains his place. Kabua Morea in for his first game, as is Ale Now. Legasiaka, Chad Sopa, Tony Ura, and Hila Vari. I think that's actually 4 changes there for PNG, not the 3 that he talked about at the toss.
All to play for. And we saw in the Friendship Series on Saturday, Hong Kong China versus Nepal. Big score from Hong Kong China, 212. Martin Kutsia got runs that day. We've also got a few milestones in this game coming up, Jay. I believe Nazakat needs 36 runs to be the first Hong Kong China player to reach 1,500 runs in T20Is. And if he doesn't get it first, Bubba Hyatt's right behind him on 39 more runs to get to 1,500.
Ooh. Yeah, it's going to be nice, that internal competition. From Hong Kong China's perspective, though, I'm sure they're hoping both of them get to that milestone and, well, cross that milestone as well.
And later on, when PNG bat, Tony Ura, he will require just 12 more runs to be the first PNG player to get to 1,500. So it's all going on. Jay, you're going to take us through the first 5 overs of this very exciting Game 3 of the Tri-Nation Series.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy to bounce back if you're PNG. It's a convincing loss in that first game. You heard from Taibu as well. They only got here. And you heard from Taibu as well. They only got here 2 days ago. Here we go. First ball. Kabu Morea. Oh, it's a bit wide. Missed out on that. Did Martin Kutsia. I'll tell you what, Kutsia averages 30 in T20I cricket for Hong Kong China. He's that kind of player. Sometimes it's go big or go home. He either makes a telling contribution or he gets out in single digits. That's been the theme of his career so far. But he's so dangerous. Driven down the ground, can't beat that mid-off fielder, but gets a run. It's the first run there for Kutsia, first runs for Hong Kong China. Yeah, but Kabua Morea into the 11 for this game. So left armour replacing left armour. Pokana on the bench for this afternoon game. We spoke about this at the top of the broadcast. It's not easy playing back-to-back games in this super sunny weather. Super sunny weather on Super Tuesday. Ooh. Signal no ball, in fact. Yeah, it looks like he's overstepped here. What that means is, of course, it's going to be a free hit. Yeah, there you go. Signal no ball again. Shelton de Cruz. And that belated helicopter signal. So where's he going to go? Nazakat Khan, a reminder, he's still on strike, so they can't change the field here. Got Ale now down here at long on. John Carrico at mid-off, he's up in the circle. Is he going to go straight? He does go straight. Can't beat Carrico. But he gets off the mark here. Yeah, I'm not sure why Kabu Marea's not happy with his fielder. Surely, with a free hit, you got to be on the heels of that 30-yard circle. It doesn't make sense to try and cut off that single. Protect the boundary. Wasp sitting at 181. Moves across his stumps a bit. That's hit straight to cover. If you're just tuning in, the news from the middle is that Hong Kong China won the toss and decided to bowl, bat first. It's the right decision too. So winner takes all game. Whoever wins gets into the final. It's always nice to have runs on the board. It's worked away on the leg side. Again, just one. But we said this earlier. It's a good toss to win if you're Hong Kong. Another thing about this wicket as well. It just looks a lot drier than it did at 8:30 this morning. We saw the likes of John Carrico, Kushal Bertel as well, getting some appreciable assistance off the surface. No single this time. Good over that for PNG, just 4 runs off it. 1 over gone, it's 4 for no loss. Good start for Kabua Morea. His first over of this tour of Hong Kong. A decent amount of cricket coming up here for PNG. Of course, they have this game. And they play one of those 2 games tomorrow as well. And after that, they jet off to Malaysia for a pair of T20Is against the Malaysians. Of course, the larger picture here for PNG is the fact that they're building up to that T20 World Cup campaign. Ooh, big effort ball there. Yeah, Ale now, he's got some gas. Good start for him. Yeah, you can see Kutsia just looking leg side, just surveying that deep square leg region. I think he's noticed that deep square leg is on the boundary. Ooh, lets it go. Signaled wide by John Prakash. I think you just heard that on the effects mic as well. It's getting a little bit windy now at TKRG. Down the track, swing and a miss. Oh, appeal for stumping. Gets back in on time. So Kutsia, he's going for his shots here. Hasn't quite been able to execute yet. But I don't think that's going to change his approach at all. I think he's still going to try and go after this PNG bowling. Cut away. It's a bit aerial. Goes down to deep third. Kabua Morea keeps it down to 1. But there's that aggression that we've been talking about. And I like this from Kutsia as well. That is the role that he's assigned in this Hong Kong-China lineup. And it's one of those things, if it comes off, it gives you a huge early advantage. And even if it doesn't come off, you have someone like Anshi Rath who walks in at 3, and he can give you that stability. Good pace again. Oh, run out chance. Oh, it had to be a direct hit. Ale now. Yeah, I think he was in 2 minds. Yeah, he was in 2 minds there. Wasn't sure. Should I wait for that fielder to come up to the stumps and then fire in a throw? Or should I just go for the direct hit? I think it was the right option, actually. You can see all 3 stumps. You've got to go for that direct hit. Ooh, off the top of the bat. Again, a run-out chance. Again, a direct hit. And it would have been the end of Nizaka this time. And they're creating a bit of pressure here, PNG. Their bowlers are hitting the surface nice and hard. They're bending their back. This time it's taken. There's no doubt about that. He walks. Martin Kutsia. First wicket down for Hong Kong China. And Kutsia gone for 3. Hong Kong China 7 for 1 in the second over. Yeah, there you go. Walks back for 3. A shot a ball type of innings from Kutsia. Still Hong Kong China yet to find a boundary as Anshi Rath walks in at 3. They love batting together as well. Do Anshi and Nizakat. They do it all the time for the Hong Kong Cricket Club. They're very, very good friends as well. Saw them earlier as well. Anshi just giving Nizakat a few throwdowns. And these PNG boys, they know both Anshi and Nizakat really well. Last time PNG were down here, Anshi Rath, a very young Anshi Rath, was part of Hong Kong China's lineup. Same can be said about Nizakat, who's on strike. Oh, and he's got him as well. Hong Kong China. They've lost both their openers. Kabu Morea. Fantastic from the left armour. It's a big early advantage here for PNG. Hong Kong skipper walks back to the dugout. He's replaced by Babar Hayat. But wow, what a massive moment in the game. PNG, you gotta give them credit. It's not easy after an 85-run loss to bounce back, but that's exactly what they've done. Nizakat gone for 2. Kutsia back in the dugout for 3. But Babar, big Babar Hayat, the man in form, he is the danger man as far as PNG are concerned. But there's so much work to do now for both Anshi and Babar. Some real pressure on the home side. Marea's got his tail up. Can he get a second? Again, movement into the right-hander. It's squeezed away for one. Yeah, fantastic work though from both Morea and Ale now. They've barely put a foot wrong so far in these first 2.2 overs. Nice and straight. Early call for a single. Get through quite easily. It was a direct hit there, in fact. So PNG, they're creating a lot of chances. We had those two run-out chances as well with Kutsia and Nizakat. In spite of not grabbing either chance. Still bowling wicket-taking deliveries. Getting both openers out. They're both back in the dugout, the captain and Kutsia. Wasp at one stage was 181, now it's 148. He goes big. And he goes all the way, Babar Hayat. There you go, 13 sixes the other day, and he's already on the board today at the TKRG. Change of angle around the wicket. Pitched up, driven. This time no single. Oh no, misfield. They do get through for that single. Yeah, I tell you what, Kabu Morea has been laying into John Carrico the whole day. I think he's been a bit harsh, except for now. Carrico, that never should have been a single. That's the Babar Hayat effect as well. Every time he walks to the crease, one of the most destructive batters in associate cricket. Every time he walks to the crease, it gives the captain something to think about. Oh, inside edge. No, it's gone onto the stumps. He's got a second here. Kabua Morea. PNG have 3. Ruth dismissed for 1. He's already walking into bat. Azaz at number 5. Yeah, you can see Babar Hayat, fun fact of the day. He needs 39 to become the first Hong Kong China batsman to score 15,000 T20I runs. I tell you what, they've got bigger issues right now. 16 for 3 inside 3 overs. Yeah, maybe that previous wicket a bit fortuitous. Inside edged onto leg stump. But they've bowled with energy, they've bowled with intent. And they've got a clear advantage now. Ali now gets another over. Oh, swing and a miss. Oh, Babar, I wonder if it's just worth changing your approach. Yeah, how close was that to the outside edge. It's a 6-3 offside field. Yeah, look at that, arms crossed. Some of those spectators, that home support, very concerned at this stage. Let's it go this time. That's the thing. Hong Kong, China, had they not been 3 down, Babar, he would have gone for that. He was still willing to go for his shots, wasn't he, when Hong Kong, China were 2 down. But they know the home side, they can't afford to lose another 2 or 3 quick wickets. Pulled away in front to square, it's high on the bat, but it clears the infield. It's only going to be 1. I think this is going to be a really good battle though. Ale now to both Azaz and Babar. They're very good pullers of the ball. Someone like Babar doesn't always look to keep it down. Again effort ball, again nice and straight. Azaz, he's very good at playing high pace. Azaz, he's got a good technique as well. And he's been in really good form. Not just recently, but I feel like for the last 2 years, I can't remember a time that Azaz has struggled for runs. Down the track, again, no connection. I get what he's trying to do. He's trying to smother that swing. He just took his eyes off that delivery, did Azaz. He's coming down for a mid-pitch discussion with Babar. Both of them, of course, they know each other so well. They've played together for more than a decade. Both of them, of course, they play for the Kowloon Cricket Club. That's high on the bat again. A chance. Mid-wicket. Takes it. That's the end of Azaz Khan. He's gone for a duck. Hong Kong, they've lost 4. Yeah, but he's gone for a duck here. Hong Kong, China, 17 for 4 inside the first 4 overs. Yasim Murtaza coming in at number 6 a lot earlier than he would have expected. But amazing stuff this from PNG. Ale now, he's got 2. Kabua Morea, he's got another 2. 17 for 4. This is just not good enough from the home side. It was a really good toss to win, and this is not a 17 for 4 type of wicket either. Yeah, I heard someone in that PNG outfield say 5 for 20, 5 for 20. Let's get that 5th wicket. Morea to continue. Oh, again an inside edge. Seems like they're creating a chance every second delivery here. PNG. The Pacific Islanders can barely put a foot wrong. You get the feeling so much of Hong Kong, China's hopes rest on the big shoulders of Babar Hayat. It's down the leg side. A rare blemish in an otherwise fantastic day for PNG. Remember, Wasp, that winning and score predictor at the start of the innings, was sitting pretty on 181. It has dipped considerably. That score predictor for Hong Kong now just 120. Even that's not going to be easy. Watchful this time. Another dot. It's so hard, a situation like this to walk into if you're Babar and Yasim. What do you do? The run rate is nothing special. They've lost 4 wickets. It's so windy that my water bottle has just it's just gone for a toss. Guided. It's a bit close to the stumps then. No harm done. I think if you're the home side, it's a matter of just weathering this storm for the next 3 or 4 overs. Because I tell you what, I don't feel like this is a 180 kind of wicket. Runs on the board, even if you have 140 on the board, it gives you something to bowl at. Watchful again, easy single. Moves on to 10. Does Babar? Saw that with PNG as well. In that first game, they really struggled in that chase against Nepal. First ball this for Yasim. 2 balls left in the 5th over. Yeah, good defensive technique there. Left-handed Yasim. It's been a bit of an up and down season for the left-hander Yasim Murtaza. But I think he's just about beginning to find some form. Picked up a nice Player of the Match award as well against, I believe it was Japan, just a few weeks ago. Some of the supporters over there. I think that's Tracy Walker's son in that Cricket Hong Kong China sweatshirt. Glanced nicely. There's a man in the deep who keeps it down to 1. 3 runs off that over. After 5, it's 20 for 4. I'm being told that's actually Lemon Chung. Yeah, there you go, Lemon Chung, Tammy Wong. Apologies to Tracy Walker's son. Yeah, she's dyed her hair, hasn't she, Lemon? That's what's confused all of us. See Nepal head coach Monty Desai as well, catching a tan. Doing a reconnaissance mission as well ahead of the final. Yeah, after 5 overs, 20 for 4. I'm going to take a short break and hand you over to Mr. Aaron Bush.
Thanks, Jay. That was an action-packed first 5 overs, wasn't it? 4 wickets falling, just 20 runs on the board. First 2 innings this morning, both teams scored 50 runs in the first 5. Hong Kong China, 20 for 4. LA now into the attack from the softball ground end. He's into his 3rd over, I should say. 2 overs, 2 for 5, yes. Starts with a wide though. Round the wicket. Cut away hard by Yasim Murtaza. He's not even bothering to run. He knows that's gone flying down to the ropes for 4. Powerful left-hander, Yasim Murtaza. Bowl loose to him. This is what can happen. Devdat Singh just off microphone saying that I'm commentating, so there's going to be runs, and immediately Backs it up with a dot. On the pads this time. They're going to get through for a quick single. Running hard. And they make it through safely. Saying Jay reckons I'm the run magnet. So far 6 off this over. That's a large chunk of all the runs for Hong Kong China today. Bubba Hyatt on strike, 10 from 10. Remember, he's just 29 runs away now from being the first Hong Kong China player to reach 1,500 runs in T20Is. He's also one of the 2 batters for Hong Kong in this team to have scored a century in a T20I. The other one, Martin Kutsia, is already back in the sheds, one of those 4 wickets. Two balls remaining in the 6th. Hyatt on strike. Watchful, guides it to point, no run. Tidy bowling to the right-handed Bubba Hyatt. Got a bit loose early to Yasim. He's not going to complain, even though he's gone for a few this over. 6 off it, 1 ball remaining. Still got the very nice figures. 2 for 10 so far. And 2 for 10 is where he'll end his 3rd over. 6 overs done. Hong Kong China 26 for 4. Just watching a replay of the Azaz Khan dismissal. Only a few balls earlier, Jay was saying how he's been well in the runs of late. He has been in very good form, both with ball and bat. Got a 4-fer in the Friendship Cup. Today, one of the 4 wickets that have fallen for Hong Kong China. Charles Sober into the attack from the Argyle Street end, cut away nicely by Yasin, but it will be cut off by deep third, just the single. Chad Soper, I should say. Chad grew up in New South Wales, in Australia. And before the game, he was out warming up. I had a quick chat to him, and he has a thicker Australian accent than I do. Here is Chad over the wicket. Bubba inside edge onto the leg side through square leg. He'll get a single. His best T20I figures, Chad Soper, of 3 for 20. Almost got another wicket there. 3 for 11 actually, his best figures in T20Is. Handy bowler. Around the wicket, left-handed. Yasin Mirza gets a big, thick edge on that one, runs down to deep third. Just dealing in singles this over, Hong Kong China. Trying to form a partnership, any partnership. He's lofted that. This could be a 5th wicket. Is it going to fall safely? It falls between 2 players. Luck's a fortune for Bubba Hyatt, attacking the short boundary to Argyle Street. In the end, long on, maybe a little slow off the mark. Maria coming in and it falls short in the end, so he's back inside the circle for the left-handed Yasin Mirza. Attacked by Yasin, but cannot beat. Oh, there's going to be a run out here, I think. And there is. Is there? Yes, the finger goes up. Indecision between Yasin Mirza and Bubba Hyatt, and Bubba Hyatt has to go on 12. 5th wicket falls for Hong Kong China. They're 30 for 5. Disappointing for Bubba Hyatt. It's been in some great form. But he's got to go. With that 12 runs, he did become the leading run scorer in T20Is for Hong Kong China, overtaking Nazakat Khan. But he didn't make the milestone. Run out. Indecision. And now it's the wicket keeper, Zishan Ali, to the crease. His team 30 for 5. I doubt very much Zishan thought he'd be batting in the 8th over. Run out ending the 7th. And talk about partnerships. Well, there haven't been any so far for Hong Kong China. Now it's going to be the 2 Pakistan Association Cricket Club here in Hong Kong teammates, Yasin Mirza and Zishan Ali. They've done it before. They can do it again. And it's the captain coming on from the softball ground end. Asad Vala into Yasim. Talked to Asad after the game against Nepal. They were disappointed with their bowling effort, letting Nepal score 198. They're not having that problem here today. This afternoon is... And there's another one. There's the 6th wicket to fall. Yasim Mirza bowled by the captain, Asad Vala. Hong Kong China 30 for 6. A disaster for Hong Kong China. Huge win against Nepal on Saturday. Looking good on Sunday until it was washed out. They've made half the runs and lost 3 times the wickets than they did in the 8 overs they played on Sunday in the washed out game. And now joining Zishan Ali, it's Nazrullah Rana. And this will be interesting because Nazrullah knows only one way, and that is to hit big. But with wickets falling everywhere, is he going to play a watchful innings, or is he just going to start trying to pile at least a half-decent score on the board for Hong Kong China? Asad Vala, after the game this morning, had his finger in a splint. Certainly he's not bothering now. He's bowled 2 deliveries, a dot and a wicket. He just dribbles that one to first slip. Got a fine leg on the ropes and long on, long off, deep point, deep mid wicket. Another big thick edge. Oh, and almost another run out. Zishan was not interested at all in being involved in a run out with the team at 30 for 6. They sent Nazrullah back very quickly. And it's wise. You can eat up dot balls at the moment. Just stay out there. Grind your way to a decent score. Well, we asked the question, was Nazrullah going to go big or do watchful? And that one there, he hit straight back to Vala, and normally you'd try to put that in the softball ground. So he is starting watchful. Looking to get a single here and there. What an over from the captain, Asad Vala, a wicket maiden. Hong Kong, China, all sorts of strife. 30 for 6 after 8. Now, that is not a very pretty sign for Hong Kong, China. Bubba Hyatt and Yassim, the biggest, the only one to get into double figures for the partnerships. So it is now up to Nazrullah Rana and Zishan Ali. The winner of this game will go through to tomorrow afternoon's Tri-Nations final against Nepal. And the loser will go play Hong Kong, China A tomorrow morning. Soper into his second over, tidy first one. Starts tidy again with a dot. And beats him again. I like Chad Soper's style. He gets the hand up even though it's not a wicket. It's like, that's a good ball, that's a good nut. Puts the finger in the air, appreciates his own work. As are we, watching this PNG bowling attack. Currently destroying Hong Kong, China's top and middle order. This one's going to be runs. Zishan whips it onto the leg side. Just past the square leg umpire, but only a single. Nazrullah just pushes that one to mid-off. Tidy over, pinning the Hong Kong China batters down as both new batters look to get their eye in. And they've got plenty of overs to do it in. I've seen footage of Nazrullah practicing in the nets. He's starting to come around to becoming an all-rounder rather than just a speedster. And he's going to get his first runs off the bat. It'll just be a single. One ball remaining in the ninth. Putting some pressure on the field to get another run on the board. 3 singles coming from the ninth. Hong Kong, China, 33 for 6. And I'll give you a fun fact as you look at the Manhattan, been renamed by Botters in commentary as the Hong Kong, and it's not very exciting for Hong Kong. And if you are a Hong Kong, China fan, listen away now. I'll give you a fun fact for PNG though. In 7.2 overs this afternoon, they've taken as many wickets as they took in 20 against Nepal this morning. Nepal 198 for 6. Hong Kong, China currently 33 for 6. Asad Vala, the captain, to continue. Wicket maiden to start with. Bowling from the softball ground end in blazing bright sunshine here in Hong Kong today. Zishan just eases it onto the leg side. They've got a short mid-wicket in place, catching and stopping any singles on that leg side. This time puts it to the left of that fielder, so long on has to run in and do the duties, and they get through for a single. Some movement in the field, moving the deep mid-wicket around a little. That one's gone straight through Nazrullah. Unfortunately not taking his stumps. looking to ease it to that mid-wicket fielder, but he was onto it in a flash. Dots and ones is all that's going on at the moment. Hong Kong China grinding their way to drinks break, trying not to lose any more wickets. And I'm not sure what Nasrullah was doing there, but almost was the 7th. One ball remaining, then we'll be taking a drinks break here at Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Huge appeal for LBW. Umpire John Prakash says, not happening. Leg bye in the books, and after 10, Hong Kong China 35 for 6. What a display with the ball from PNG in those first 10 overs. Totally dominant. Hong Kong China, there's the match summary. We'll have a look at the batting card and the bowling card. And this is not a good look. Only one player in double figures for Hong Kong China in the first 10 overs, and that was Bubba Hyatt. And then the only way he got out in the end was he was run out. Run out for 12, and the rest, pretty sad reading. Before we look at the bowling card, we'll have a look there. Head coach of Hong Kong China, Simon Willis, has come steaming out from the dugout during the drinks break, having a chat to his players. Nasrullah Runner on the left, Zishan Ali on the right. And they'll take a quick drinks break and we'll have a look at the bowling card. Papua New Guinea fans, this is a pretty handy bowling card. The two opening bowlers getting a couple apiece. 2 for 16 for Maria, and now getting 2 for 10. Both bowled 3 overs, 1 over left in their spell. Later on, I'm sure, near the death overs. Sopat 2 overs, none for 7. And the captain, Asad Vala, 1 maiden, 1 for 1. Some fairly tidy bowling. Even if he's not getting wickets, he's pinning these batters down up there. And at the moment, after 10 overs, it's all PNG. And remember, on Super Tuesday, it's all to play for. Whoever wins this game heads to tomorrow afternoon's Tri-Nations final against Nepal. As the PNG players come out of their huddle, Nasrullah Runner and Zishan Ali for Hong Kong China heading back to their respective positions. I'll head to my respective position, which is having a break for 5 overs and taking you through the next 5. It's Jay Dancing Honey.
Thanks, Aaron. 35 for 6 after 10 overs. Makes very grim reading if you're a Hong Kong supporter. This partnership 5 for the 7th wicket. We have Sachin in the production unit who nearly fell off his chair. Yeah, I tell you what, man. 35 for 6, I'd fall off my chair as well. Change in bowling. Looks like John Carrico is going to get a shot. Left arm spinner John Carrico. I'm a big Carrico fan. Had a handy first game as well. Got some turn off the wicket. Fired in, no turn there. Behind square for a much needed boundary here for Nasrullah Rana. A welcome boundary for Hong Kong China. You're supporting the home side. Don't give up hope. Not just yet. Zishan Ali. Several occasions he's dug both Pakistan Association and Hong Kong China out of trouble. Bang goes Nasrullah Rana. Look at that. What did he drink during that drinks break? 4 and 6 to kick off the 11th over. Yeah, I think It's gone out of the ground. We're going to get a new ball thrown onto the field. Seems like a Chinese auntie has picked up the ball in that housing estate. She doesn't know what it is, where it's come from. Might not be familiar with the sport of cricket or the big hitting prowess of Nasrullah Rana. What a shot that was. Will he go again? Guided past the keeper. It's running down to the boundary. Will it get there? Yes, absolutely. Look at that. 4-6-4. Rana on fire. Pressure on PNG for the first time today. Rana on 15. Watchful this time. It's a much better delivery. There's 2 balls left in this over. Those 2 shots have done. It's improved that winning and score predictor, which sits at 110. Watchful again. Last ball coming up. Cut away again. Does he find the gap? No, good bit of work. Good backing up as well. With that single, it's 50 up for Hong Kong, China. $50 up for Hong Kong, China. They're 50 for 6 after 11 overs. That was by far the best over of the game. 15 off it. You can see that Cricket Hong Kong China staff finally with something to do. They're adjusting that scoreboard. That game, that over rather, has just changed the complexion of the game just a little bit. Down the leg side, and it's given. It's going to be a wide delivery, but who cares? Nasrullah Rana. It was bright, it was breezy, but now it's over. Yes, just as a partnership was building, Nasrullah Rana, he's gone for 16, Hong Kong 51 for 7, and in walks Ehsan Khan at number 9. It's the last thing they needed, Hong Kong China. Just about to say that over might have changed the complexion of that contest. Well, not anymore. It's the end of his day with the bat, Nasrullah Rana. Hong Kong, China. Look, there's no point mincing your words here. They haven't really shown a lot of application at the crease. Oh, beaten the bat. That was brilliant. He shortened up his length. That one just going on with the arm as well. And Muskan, I believe she's got a special guest with her.
Right, Jay, we have got Cricket Hong Kong's tournament director, Nitesh Hemlani, with us. Nitesh, welcome. What does it take to pull off a production of this scale?
So this tournament came about on pretty short notice. We've got a fantastic team of hardworking individuals working around the clock to put it together. A lot of coordination, a lot of communication, a lot of late nights, but we've got an experienced team and we know how to get things done like this.
Great energy levels, I can say that for sure. And what does it feel to have 2 ICC World Cup T20 bound teams, Nepal and PNG in Hong Kong? How does it feel?
Absolutely brilliant. The 2 quality teams, they've played some amazing cricket here so far. I especially like having PNG back because when I started off at CHK, that was the first tournament I worked in, PNG visiting Hong Kong. So it's very nice to have all these familiar faces back in. And for Nepal, they bring a massive crowd with them. So the atmosphere of the ground when Nepal was playing was electric. And the Nepali fans not only cheering for Hong Kong, but cheering for every boundary, every wicket, every key moment. It creates a wonderful atmosphere. And I hope we can have both these teams back here again sometime.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Nepalese team is here after 7 years. So almost after 7 years. So that's a great achievement for us here. It's good to have them back. And, what does it take to have, with millions of viewers and so many platforms that we're live on, what kind of in-house production capabilities are required and what does it take to pull that off?
It's absolutely brilliant. We started off with just a single camera, just streaming through Facebook and YouTube. Over time, a lot of hard work from individuals like Ravi Nagdev, Chris Wilson Pickett, now our manager, Atif Hussain. A lot of hard work coming up with the solutions, more cameras, more technology, building every layer. We've got a fantastic crew of individuals who give up their free time to come out here and work to bring these visuals and audio and commentary around the world. So I think we have the best in-house production in the associate world, and I think it's something we can be very proud of. And we're going to continue to grow it, expand it, and hopefully other associates can take note and build the same thing.
That's brilliant. Congratulations to Cricket Hong Kong. And with that, back to the comm box.
Thanks, Muski. And thanks for the shout out, Mr. Nitesh Hemlani. Yeah, I gotta say, the commentators, they do a half decent job around here. And the rest of the production crew as well. It's worked away on the leg side. Kabua Morea will keep it down to 1. During that interview, we saw a bit of a misfield there behind square on the offside. It allowed Zishan to pick up his first boundary. And he's that type of a player. You don't want to give him those freebies, Zishan Ali. Soper into his third over. Slow delivery. Not slow off the bat. Quite long as well. Zishan. So 4 and a 6 to kick off his innings. Moves on to 13 now off 8. Back live, big appeal. An aborted appeal. Got an inside edge on that. Sneaks through for a single as well. I think for Hong Kong, China, it's all about those psychological numbers. If these two can build a bit of a partnership, get up to 80 or 90, they can go big in those last few overs. Ehsan with the single. The experienced Ehsan Khan actually bats at the top of the order for Little Saiwan. And in domestic cricket, at least, he's considered a genuine top order option. He's a very good player to be coming in at number 9. Like I said, if Hong Kong, China, they can just get up to that 80-run mark after 15 overs. The last 5, they can go big. Whipped away on the leg side. Deep square leg. Ooh, bit of a fumble there. It's not going to cost them anything, just a single. Like I said, if they can get up to that 81 mark at the 15th over in the last 5 overs, especially if Zishan is there, no reason why they can't get maybe another 50 runs. Last ball coming up. Again down the track. It beats extra cover. They're thinking about a second. They're going to come back for it. That's a very, very good over for Hong Kong, China. 12 runs off it after 13 at 68 for 7. Look at those Manhattans. It was slow going in those first 10 overs. But we've seen a 15-run over and now a 12-run over for Hong Kong, China. 33 runs have come in the last 3 overs. Of course, a big reason for that acceleration is Nasrullah Rana. 2 4s and a 6 for Nasrullah in that brief but useful innings. And Wallah's going to continue from around the wicket. Again finds the outside edge. We've seen that throughout today, both in that Nepal game and now against Hong Kong, China. He's got a very deceptive arm ball. Took 2 for 18 against Nepal. He's got 2 for 7 today. Down the track comes Zishan. He wants a second run. Are they going to double up? Yeah, quite easily. And youngsters, if you're watching, this shows you the value of running that first one nice and hard. Into his last over. That's shorter and flatter. Guided, again a single. And I think that's the change from the first 10 overs compared to now. Seems like Hong Kong China are scoring off nearly every single delivery. Goes leg side to Essen. Just one. Yeah, you can see those home supporters. Little more reason for optimism now. Guided again. Zishan, he's in good form. We talked about that game against Malaysia earlier. He nearly won that game for Hong Kong China single-handedly, did Zishan Ali. Goes leg side. Has he found the gap? Nope. Deep square leg. Gets that long barrier out. Keeps it down to a single. So 6 off that over. It's the end of a fantastic spell from Asadwala. 4 overs, 2 for 13. With 6 overs to go, Hong Kong China 74 for 7. Now you can see that partnership as well, moving on to 23 for the 8th wicket. Partnership of 23 of 18 deliveries. And it's the highest partnership of the innings. It couldn't have come at a more crucial time for the home side. Into the leg side. Yeah, those deep leg side fielders, they've been very busy throughout the day. Soper. It's been tough bowling some of these overs here from the Argyle Street end. I like what he's done. He's hit that hard length. Bang! Zishan! Again, that same straight long on region. Goes big, goes 6. Hong Kong move into the 80s, Zishan into the 20s now. Yeah, he's good, isn't he? And he loves that side of the ground. He's in good form, Zishan Ali. And now that run rate for Hong Kong inching closer and closer to a runner ball. Wasp as well is increased to 123. There's hope for the home side. And he's such a mature player, isn't he? He's got the power game, but he's got the street smarts. Ticks it over for an easy single. And it always helps when you have someone like Ehsan Khan at the other end. Guided. Will it beat backward point? No. Still Ayush Shukla and Atiq Iqbal padded up for Hong Kong. Easy single? Maybe not. I think there was just a bit of a disagreement there between Ehsan and Zishan. Zishan, he wanted the single. Puts his hand up. Says, nah, Ehsan bhai, you're right. There was no single there. 9 off the over, last ball. That's 10 off the over. Another good one for Hong Kong. 5 overs left, it's 84 for 7. It's 5 overs left. 84 for 7. Every chance Hong Kong could get to that magical 120, maybe even go 130. I'm going to take a short break, rest my vocal cords, and to guide you through the rest of this innings, it's Aaron Bush.
Thanks, Jay. Good 5 over session there from you for Hong Kong China, at least. Only 1 wicket falling. Some good runs on the board as well. Almost 50, in fact. We saw Nazrullah going big. And now Zishan's getting in a mood. And when he gets in a mood, the score can go anywhere. Hassan Khan wasn't interested in the second, probably wisely. Nine off 12, no boundaries for Ehsan, but he can also accelerate when he wants to. But that one there will be a dot. So say Bao having a bowl. First time today. Opening the batting this morning. There's Ehsan going big and going straight and going long and going a long way up onto the side screen for 6. Well, called it. He hadn't had a boundary before that one, but once he gets his eye in. Resetting, Val, a bit shorter and faster this time, so chopped away out on the offside for a single. Long off and long on down at the softball ground end are quite wide, which is why Ehsan attacked straight. Zishan's just going to take the easy run onto the leg side, rotate the strike back down to Ehsan Khan. Saw when Papua New Guinea were batting, they did attack straight as well, and Nepal, the captain Rohit Paul, just immediately reacted and straightened everybody up. And that's a wicket! It's gone straight through Ehsan Khan. He's tried to sweep that big and hard onto the leg side, got nothing on it. And another wicket down. 8 now for Hong Kong China. They're 93 for 8. End of the 16th. Going out at number 10. It's Ayush Shukla. Ayush's job now will be to rotate the strike back to Zishan Ali and try to push this score up into 3 figures at the very least. With 4 overs remaining. Biggest problem for Hong Kong China now isn't the number of overs or the score. They're just running out of wickets. I can say the number 11 today, Atiq Iqbal, can bat, and he's having his best batting season in a long time, actually. Scoring his highest score in the local domestic leagues. He might be required. Still 24 legal deliveries remaining. Zishan Ali will be on strike, being the end of the over wicket. Maria back into the attack, 1 over remaining in his spell, coming in from the Argyle Street end. 2 for 16 so far off his 3. An early destroyer. The top order for Hong Kong China, and now looking to clean up the tail. Zishan Ali. He's on 29. Slower ball outside off. Good delivery. Only get one hand on the bat. Chop it out straight to the fielder at extra cover for a dot. I'll give you some interesting trivia. The last time these two games played, Hong Kong China batted first. This is down in Malaysia at Biomass. Hong Kong China scored 89 for 9 off 20 overs. Zishan going big, going long, gets enough on it to get 6. He attacks the short boundary. Two players converging, Chad Sober and John Kariko, but couldn't cut it off. So yeah, the last time they played, Hong Kong scored 89 for 9 in 20 overs, and PNG won it in the 19th over, 90 for 9. Went right down to the wire. Might do the same again today. 99 for 8. Hong Kong China round the wicket. Lofts that one. That one's not even going to be close to being caught. That one's left the building as well. Out of the park for Zishan Ali, and 100 runs brought up in style. The one-man resistance team that is Zishan Ali. Big hitting for Zishan Ali. He moves to 41. 1 4, 4 6s. Said that Hong Kong China try to grind up to maybe 120. And that's another one crunched. Put another one in the books. 6, 6, 6. A hat trick of 6s for Zishan Ali and Hong Kong China. Zishan Ali continues. Destructive. 18 runs. Still 2 balls remaining in the 17th. Now trying to figure out, PNG trying to put players everywhere, but at the moment they need to be on stilts, even if they're on the ropes. Maria, slower ball, good ball, will get a single. With 1 ball remaining in the 17th. If Ayush Shukla can survive, Zishan Ali will have the strike next over. Well, Maria started this over, his final, 3 overs, 2 for 16. Zishan Ali has made a mess of his figures. Maria finishing off his spell. Gets straight through everything. Races down. Doesn't make it to the boundary. So Ayush comes back for the second. Wait for the signal. Byes given. Beaten everybody that ball. That's the end of Maria's 4 over spell. 2 for 35. There's the Manhattan. That over there. 21 runs coming from it. By far the best over. 15 or 16% of the entire score came off that over. It's just massive. I'm getting a nod from the director, Sachin, who is a maths genius. He reckons my guess there is pretty close, 15 to 16% of the total score. %17.5% of the entire score, but he's now going to go cheat, get his iPhone out and get the calculator working. 3 overs remaining. There it is, 18.4% of the entire score for Hong Kong China coming off 1 over. Crazy. Anyway, let's say Bao to continue from the softball ground end. Zishan comes down. He's going to push hard for a second. No, he's going to be content with just the single. He'd come back for the second safely. He would have got his 50. It moves to 49. Ayu Shukla, lucky to survive the last ball of the last over. Beat everything. Yet to get off the mark. We're buys. Short. Stayed a little low on Ayush. That's how it skipped through. And this single that Zishan has taken at the beginning of the over may not be the most optimal for Hong Kong China if Ayush chews up some dot balls. They've got the infield on the offside in the circle. So he tries to go big, but manages just to chop it behind point. Another dot. Valuable for PNG as they try to restrict Hong Kong China to a low total. Another one stayed incredibly low, that one. Another dot ball though. Another dot, another one through. Good over for PNG, but not what Hong Kong China wanted. You can see Zishan Ali not happy at the non-striker's end, but not much he can do as Ayush Shukla struggling to get off the mark. This one is caught and he's gone for a duck. 8 up over, 8 up all those balls, and in the end holes out. End of the 18th. The 9th wicket falls for Hong Kong China. They're 115 for 9. What it does mean with the T kickball coming out at number 11, he'll be at the non-striker's end. 2 overs remaining. And it will be the over that Zishan Ali can attack the Argyle Street end, the shorter boundary end. Try to push this score, 120, 130. Whatever he can master, manage, muster. Saw the last over from the Argyle Street end. Murray getting punished. 21 runs off that over. His final over of his spell. And now we've got the other opening bowler now into the attack. So far 3 overs, 2 for 10. He'll be hoping to be 3 for 10 and not having his figures destroyed as well. But Zishan Ali, 1 run away from his half century and looking to push the score up. Give his bowlers something to defend. Zishan will be out there with the gloves on, wicketkeeper today. Currently doing the job with the bat. How big has that gone? Oh my goodness! Over the top. Brings up his 50 in style. Zishan Ali smashes it over the top of the scorer's box. Raises his bat. One-man show for Hong Kong China today. Zishan Ali. End of this innings, we'll have a look at the batting card. It basically reads like an under-13s batting squad. One guy smashing all the runs and everyone else falling around him. 55 off 27, 1 4, 6 sixes. He said that now would like to get out of this with 3 for 10. He's now 2 for 16 as Zishan is doing Zishan things. Jay was saying the 15 over mark, 120, be where at least Hong Kong China would try to grind up to. They've made that mark now. They've still got another 11 legal deliveries. Zishan Ali stays out there. Anything can happen. And a rare fresh airy from Zishan Ali. All fresh air, swatting butterflies. Angry at himself. He shouldn't be. Since we're doing maths numbers, 72.7% of Zishan Ali's runs have come in boundaries. Now comes in again, bit short, crunch straight back to him, but they have protection. Direct hits out, that's the end of the innings. Atiq Iqbal wanted the single. Zishan said no, a discussion at the end, but in the end, Hong Kong China bowled out in the 19th, all out for 121 runs. Not the score they were looking for, but a lot better than where they were. Round of applause for the not out. Zishan Ali, 55, not out. That's right, 55 of 121 runs came off the bat of Zishan Ali alone. So 122 for victory for PNG when they come out to bat. .121, not ideal for Hong Kong China, but it's a lot better than where they were at 6 for 30. That's right, if you're just joining us, Hong Kong China were 30 for 6. But the bottom order has managed to put on 91 runs. We'll have a look at the wagon wheel for Zishan Ali, bringing up his 50. There it is. There's all those sixes that he smashed. We got the 1-4 fine behind point. But yes, powerful all around the ground in front of square. Getting up that score to 55, getting the Hong Kong China score up to 121. Getting singles as well through square, through point. There is the batting card for Hong Kong China. Nobody really getting going apart from Zishan. Early wickets falling for the openers of Martin Kutsir and Nazakat Khan. Maria and now doing the damage early. Bubba Hyatt, that's probably where it started to go wrong for Hong Kong China. That run out, just a mix up. He was looking okay on 12. And then Zishan Ali came to the crease. Remember, Hong Kong China were 30 for 6. Finishing up at 121. There's the bowling card for Papua New Guinea. They'll be very happy they bowled out Hong Kong China inside 19 overs. As I said, the opening bowlers are Maria and now doing the damage early. Tufa for the captain as well, Asad Vala. And Sase Bao doing well in the end. 2 overs, 2 for 10. It'll be all up to PNG now. Remember, Super Tuesday. Whoever wins the game goes through. And if you're just joining us, you didn't watch this morning's game, Nepal versus PNG. Nepal going through to the final victors. They bowled PNG out for 113. Same pitch. Bit drier, bit warmer in the afternoon, but tough pitch to bat on early, as you saw, with the wickets falling very quickly. So the Nepal bowlers managed to get through the PNG lineup. Can the Hong Kong bowlers do the same and defend 121 to make the final tomorrow afternoon? Whoever wins goes through to play Nepal from 2 p.m. tomorrow Hong Kong time. The losers, they will go through and play the third place final against Hong Kong China A, the up-and-coming stars of Hong Kong China. We'll take an innings break here. On the other side, we'll have the big, exciting run chase from PNG, needing 122 for victory. Hong Kong China needing to restrict them below that 121 time. Join us then for all the exciting action.
Tough start for Hong Kong, but they managed to stretch it out to a total of 121. We have the opening bowler of PNG LA now with us, and joining him is the coach, John. He will help us translate some of our conversations here. LA, you opened from the softball side of the ground, and then you had about 2 for 16 after 3.3 overs. It was a fantastic bowling effort from PNG side. You know, what do you feel about the performance?
Line in length, how to see now. That's all stump to stump.
He was doing was to ball stump to stump. We gave them to have a clear plan. That's what he was trying to execute today.
I think especially after that start in this morning with Nepal, I think, you know, what was the strategy going into with Hong Kong this afternoon?
With part I mean Mexico. There I line in length.
What he's saying was Nepal, we gave them too many width balls and also too many loose balls. So what our strategy was to bowl wicket to wicket and attack the stump. Very simple plan.
Okay, and what are you looking forward to in the second innings? What are some of the things that you know, the team has in terms of strategy?
What he's saying is the batters has to do their job by taking us through to the line.
Okay, lovely. And how are you liking Hong Kong so far? How has it been? I know you guys traveled a long distance from Oman and now here in Hong Kong. It's been tough getting over the jet lags and, you know, the travels, and you've been playing for a while. So how does it feel here to be here today?
Now
we traveled from Pondicherry in India. It was hot. Went to Oman. It was 2 miles. Now in Hong Kong, very cold, but he's saying that we're still enjoying it.
That's great. And is this the kind of performance you'd like to see as you go forward to the World Cup T20? Is this something that is you know, sort of a great performance level?
Yeah.
He said definitely yes. We need to perform on our very best every game.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you for joining us, Elaine now and Coach John. It was lovely to have you, and over to the team. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome, welcome back to the Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground. The big news, Hong Kong, China, they won the toss, decided to bat first, were bowled out for 121. On the surface, it seems like a very simple chase this for Papua New Guinea. But of course, with the runs on the board, the home side, there's a little bit of hope for them. There's something to bowl at. But they need early wickets. Cue the man on screen, Ayush Shukla. Yeah, how many times has he provided Hong Kong, China with those early breakthroughs? Such a good operator with the new ball. And a reminder of what's at stake as well. The winner will make it through to tomorrow afternoon's final, the HK Men's T20I series. So everything to play for here. PNG, they were bowled out for 113 against Nepal this morning. They struggled with the ball as well in that game, but they've bounced back in style. Where would Hong Kong be had it not been for that unbeaten 55 from Zishan Ali? A top knock, he's behind the sticks. Got one slip in place. Here's Shukla. Worked away on the leg side. There's no run there. It's not easy bowling to someone like Tony Ura, who strikes at more than 150 in his T20I career. Shot of Azaz Khan there. Very rare failure for him. That Tony Ura, that stat, needs 12 more runs to become the first PNG batter to 1,500 T20I runs. Worked away quite easily on the leg side. Oh, and in fact, it's raced to the fence. Yeah, there you go. He timed it better than I thought. It's gone into deep square leg for 4. First boundary for Ura, first runs for PNG. Yeah, what I like about that is he didn't overhit it. Good balance at the crease, good timing. Put the markers on him, playing a miss there. You see that winning in score predictor at 99%. Not sure I necessarily agree with that. I still get the feeling Hong Kong maybe 20 to 25 runs behind what would have been a par score. And I'm being generous. Quick single. They scamper through. Shy at the stumps there from Anshi to make it home. Yeah, and Shivat just throwing off balance there. Yeah, rare failure as well for Anshi Rath. He's been in really good form, the left-hander, it has to be said. See Nazakat as well having a word there with Ayush Shukla. How often has Ayush Shukla given him early breakthroughs? Driven, but straight back to the bowler. Shukla, he's been around a few years now for Hong Kong, China. Here he is around the wicket, last ball. Driven confidently. Has he found the gap? No, not quite. I think that's Barber in the deep, who does well to keep it down to 2. Nonetheless, a fruitful first over that for PNG. 7 off it. After 1 over, it's 7 for no loss. And you can see Andy Cottam, the head coach of the women's team in the background there. Ooh, looking a bit worse for wear. A little bit red there, Andy Cottam. And some of the board members as well, watching on. Got a bit of Atiq Iqbal now into bowl the second over. Got some excitement about Atiq Iqbal being introduced into the attack. Atiq, of course, coaches the KCC women's team. Some of the fans over there. Oh, I think that's Dorothea Chan over there. Hello, Dorothea. Another member of the women's national team. Yeah, I saw Carrie Chan out there earlier as well. Alison Sue, she's somewhere at TKRG. We also have some Nepal fans who've stayed over. So good to see. Nepal fans, they enjoy associate cricket. That's in the air. Will it be taken? Nah, just short. I think that's Nizakat over there. Yeah, the captain. Couldn't quite get around there. I think Iqbal could be a useful person. He could be a useful bowler here for Hong Kong. Keeps it nice and straight. Doesn't do anything fancy, does Atiq Iqbal. That's the thing. More often than not, Atiq Iqbal, he's disciplined with the new ball. He's not the type of bowler to bowl short and wide. Again in the air, again just short of Nizakat, who does really well, in fact. He was in two minds. Should I go for the catch? Should I prevent the boundary? Took it on the half volley. Yeah, a couple of chances. Well, not chances, near chances there for the skipper. Big swing and a miss. Yeah, signaled wide, in fact, by the umpire. Lovely boys, lovely. I think that was Ehsan Khan over there with the shout from the deep. That's a very optimistic appeal. Clearly sliding down leg. Yeah, signal leg buys there by John Prakash. Just the one boundary so far, that tuck off the legs by Tony Ura. If you're PNG, that required rate is not an issue. They've got the firepower to go big in the second half of the innings. In fact, we saw that with Hong Kong China as well. Scored 35 in the first 10 overs. The next 8.3 overs, they managed 86 runs. Cut away, found the gap as well. Second boundary this for Ura and PNG. Moves into double figures now, the hard-hitting opener. Yeah, put the markers on him. Just a moment ago, I said he's not the type of bowler to bowl short and wide with the new ball. Well, that's exactly what he did there. And now he's been turned away for a single. There's such a big difference, isn't there, between chasing 122 and chasing maybe 142. You can afford to have a few quiet overs. Last ball of the second. Worked away. Early call of 2. Are they going to come back for it? No. Wisely decide against it. Nonetheless, very good over there for PNG. And after 2 overs, they're 16 for none. Down the track. No connection there. You can see him just practicing that shot. And he knows it. He sort of took his eyes off that delivery there. Practicing a more measured drive through the offside. On the leg side. Yes, well done. Skipper leading from the front. Only one there. He's been a busy guy, hasn't he? Skipper Nazakat Khan. Feels like every second or third delivery is going to the Hong Kong skipper. Hong Kong need to be careful. Tony Ura, he's the kind of guy who can take the game away from you. That's in the air. Deep square leg again. There's no one there, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway. He clears the ropes this time. Tony Ura moves on to 17. And congratulations to Tony Ura. He becomes the first PNG batter to score 1,500 T20I runs. And he's still got some more. Short arm jab, straight to Kutsia. He's been a wonderful servant of Papuan cricket. Tony Ura. I was just about to say he's the kind of guy who can take the game away from you if he has a good 25 to 30 minutes. He's been doing it for such a long time as well. Averages 33 in T20I cricket at a strike rate of 156. Got away. Straight to backward point for a single. And what I like so far about this innings from Ura, we haven't really seen an ultra-aggressive approach. He's waiting for the ball to be bowled in his areas, in his regions. And he's throwing everything he has at it. Last ball of the third. Oh. Yeah, I tell you what, that was close. Looked like Hong Kong may or may not have had 3 fielders outside that 30-yard circle, but fine leg brought in just in time. Yeah, could have been a close one, huh? Last ball of the over. Intelligent. A single. And another good over. This time 8 runs off it. After 3, it's 25 for none. Take a look at that worm for PNG, making very good progress, especially in comparison to Hong Kong's worm at the same time. And another big thing is those dots. There were too many of those blemishes early on for Hong Kong. No dots, no wickets, rather, for PNG so far in these first 3 overs. Anyone can change that. It's that man on screen, the evergreen, experienced, excellent Ehsan Khan. And I just wonder if the introduction of Ehsan Khan is going to change the approach from Sase Bao and Asadwala. I don't think it's going to change the way that... apologies, Tony Ura, not Asadwala. Got a bit excited there. I think Tony Ura, he's still going to play his natural game. He's going to go after everything. First ball for Ehsan. It's floated up, but on the legs. They're thinking about a second. And it's good that they decide against it. There's no need to take such a big risk for just one run. It was Babar Hayat out there in the deep. And it was Babar himself who was run out in that first innings. He was called through for a highly improbable run by Yasim Murtaza. Caught short of his crease. It was a big, big blow for Hong Kong at that stage. But to be honest, anytime you lose Babar Hayat, it's a big blow. Worked away. They're thinking two again. Again, good call. They refused that second run. Papua New Guinea, of course, they were relegated from League 2. They didn't make it past that playoff either. So they're going to be playing in the Challenge League. But it's a different story for them in T20 cricket. They're still such a strong, such a dangerous T20 unit because of that. Oh, and they're going to get overthrows. Yep, it's going to go down to the boundary. So that's 6 runs off 1 delivery. Oh, the pain just continues here for Hong Kong China. They need wickets. But instead, they're getting overthrows and boundary balls. Yeah, it's such a tough one if you're Ehsan. Score now has raced on to 33, and we're still in the 4th over. 8 runs have come off this one. And now Sese Bao. He's on to 12 of 10 deliveries. Ooh, watchful. Well bowled too. He dragged his length back, didn't he? The required rate at the start of this innings was 6.1 and over. Now it's less than 5.5. Shy of the stumps. Second shy of the stumps there from Anshi. Last ball now coming up. Worked away. Only 1. But still, another productive over here for PNG. 10 runs off it. It's the best over of the innings. After 4, it's 35 for none. एक wicket की बात है. It's just that first wicket that we need, that initial breakthrough. That's what the Hong Kong China fielders are saying. Change of ends here for Atiq Iqbal. Comes in from the Argyle Street end. Bowling to Ura. Wrapped on the pads, it's close, it's very close. Oh, maybe just sliding down leg there. Yeah, signal leg buys as well. Yeah, I think maybe just going down leg with the angle and that shape in to the right-hander. That's classic Atiq Iqbal, isn't he? He's a different bowler when he targets the stumps. They need that first breakthrough, Hong Kong, just to get a bit of energy in the field, some belief in this unit. Third man now coming into the circle. Long on is dropped back to the rope. Goes over the top. No one moves, including the batter. Sese Bao gets a boundary away. Moves on to 17 now. Like what he did there. Decided he wanted to go over the top, committed to the shot. Got a boundary away. That could be another boundary. In fact, it's going to be 5 wides. Yeah, things going from bad to worse here for the home side. So a boundary followed by a bonus 5 runs. He's going to have to re-bowl that. Atiq Iqbal. Now that run rate in excess of 10 runs and over. The required rate has dropped below 5 runs and over. They're running away with this PNG. Quick single. Oh, sent back. Could be trouble. Nah, gets home just in time. They started well against Nepal, didn't they? PNG. They were 52 for 2 after 5 overs. The issue there, they were chasing such a high target. Chasing 198. So they had to keep going at Nepal in spite of those early 2 wickets. Goes leg side this time. And easily clipped away down to deep mid wicket for 4. Another boundary here for Sese Bao. He too moves into the 20s. The score 49 for none. I love the wrist work there from the left-hander. And again, the balance at the crease. Can he get a 3rd boundary? Driven beautifully. Oh, is it going to beat Kutsia? No, good sliding stop. But with those 2 runs, it's 50 up now for PNG. We still have 1 ball left in the 5th over. It's been a dominant performance so far from the Pacific Islanders, both with bat and with ball. Gotta give them credit the way they've come back after that morning loss against Nepal. They've got that intelligence as well to cross through for 1. They were 52 for 2 against Nepal, and against Hong Kong they're 52 for none after 5. I'm going to go and rest my vocal cords and hand you back to the capable hands of Aaron Bush.
Thanks, Jay. You can see some of the Hong Kong cricket legends over there. Dan Pascoe was playing in the earlier one-day series, and Wakas Bakat, Matt Chappell, and Andy Cotter, the head coach of the Hong Kong China women's team. In the shadows over there, watching on and enjoying this. Probably not enjoying it as much as they would be if Hong Kong were up. Hassan Khan to continue from the softball ground and cut away in the air. Just been put down as a chance. A diving effort from Ayush Shukla. Got hands on it, which means it's going to pull up before it hits the ropes. Diving effort. He was horizontal. Did get a hand to it. Just didn't manage to stick. They would have loved that first breakthrough. Instead it turns into 2 more runs. No runs this time. As Jay mentioned, both games today, Papua New Guinea, 52 runs off the first 5 overs. The only difference between this morning and this afternoon is that 2 wickets have not fallen so far. Big appeal from Hassan Khan. Umpire Prakash shakes it off immediately. Coming a long way around the wicket. And if you are a Hong Kong China supporter, the good news is that when Papua New Guinea were 52 for 2, they were all out for 113. So if a collapse can happen this morning, it can happen this afternoon. But wickets necessary. That one's just wide of Mark Coetzee. It's going to go racing down for 4. That's not a wicket. That's another boundary in the books as PNG move to 58. Back live. Runs on the leg side. A lot of work to do coming in from the deep. Ball stops. Bubba trying to lure them into a false run and maybe get a run out. At the moment, Hong Kong China will take any tactic to get a wicket. Legal ones, that is. More valuable runs coming this over for PNG, though, as they march steadily towards tomorrow's Tri-Nations final. That's whipped away. Bubba Hyatt will have to do a lot of work to get to this one, and does a diving effort, but it goes through in the end, and another boundary to end off the 6th over. 12 runs coming from it. Papua New Guinea 64 for no loss. There's the Manhattan, and you can see a much healthier start to the red Manhattans of PNG. Hong Kong China's problem was all those dots, losing wickets at regular intervals, making it tough to put on a big score. And with that 12 run over, PNG are past the halfway mark in this run chase, netting 122 for victory, 64 on the board, going at 10.7 and over. Not messing about. At this rate, will be done by the 13th over. Change in bowling for Hong Kong China. Nazrullah Runner. First time we've seen him today with the ball in hand. The right arm quick. Maybe he can generate a wicket here for Hong Kong China. Power play done. Few more players outside the circle now. Means fewer in catching positions. No one in that catching position either. Work to do. Shukla, is it? Coming around, or is it Azaz Khan? Either way. Cut it off. Stop the boundary. This one's lofted. No one there either. One bounce, 2 bounces over the rope for 4. These two very comfortable now. Scoring at will. Nazrullah Runner to Tony Ura. Just eases it. They're going to chance it and get away with it too. Shukla doing the fielding there at point. Three runs off the first. Seven runs off the first 3 deliveries of Nazrullah Runner's first over. Again, more wickets, some wickets required for Hong Kong China. How to break this partnership. Short whipped away in the corner. Ehsan Khan keep it to a single. He's been a little expensive to start with, Nasrullah Runner, but I will give you some information on his best figures ever in a T20 international. They are 6 for 12. They were last September in Kuala Lumpur, and that game was against, yes, you guessed it, Papua New Guinea. He'll need a 6 for 11 today. Well, he can't. He'll have to get some wickets now if he wants that. Needs wickets to defend this low total. Oh, that cut back in nicely. Quick. It's got warmed up now. A few looseners. Exactly 50 runs required for victory for PNG to put them into the Tri-Nations final tomorrow. One ball remaining in the 7th. Tony Ura, 27 off 17 on strike. Short again. That's swung well down leg. It's all going on there, but in the end, they get a wide +1. It's a huge diving effort from Zishan Ali to stop that going for 5 wides. Zishan Ali, one-man team today for Hong Kong China, scoring all the runs, still up and about with the gloves on. Runner has to reset to bowl the last delivery of the 7th. That's cut away nicely, that's going for 4, well played, beautiful stroke there. Sese Bao moves to 41, Papua New Guinea moved to 78, 7 overs done. They require just 44 more runs for victory. There's the worm on the screen. You'd be a very happy PNG fan looking at that worm. Not so much for the local side if you're watching in. Wherever you are watching around the world, whether on Cricket Hong Kong YouTube, fan code in India, ICC.TV, TapMad, Africa XP, all around the world watching this fantastic Tri-Nations series here in Hong Kong with the sun shining, the sky is blue. And if you're a PNG fan, looks like it might turn out to be a very good afternoon after a not so great morning. Big loss to Nepal being bowled out for 113, chasing 199 for victory. But as it's been the case in PNG v Hong Kong battles, Papua New Guinea have won the last 2. They were both last September in KL, Malaysia. The last time Hong Kong China won a T20I against PNG was in PNG back in 2022. Yasser Murtaza into the attack from the softball ground end and take a quick single. What to do, Nazakat Khan, the captain, having to back up there to keep it just to a single. Last time these two teams played, Nasrullah Runner got 6 for 12 and his first over's gone for 14. See if he'll get a second over from the Argyle Street end, but Yasser Murtaza, the left arm, over the wicket. Doesn't get all of that at all. Sese Bao will take the single though as he trucks along, looking to get his half century. Bubba Hyatt on screen. Patrolling the outfield. run out today. He won't be happy with that after being back in the runs recently. And huge fresh airy. Could hear Anshuman Rath. You can pick that accent a mile away. Oh, there it is. He yells. Maybe Yassam's the man to get the breakthrough. There is Anch. Always up and about in the field, no matter what the score is. This one just towed away onto the leg side for another single. Nice little runner. Keep it to that. As far as overs go for Hong Kong China, this one's as tidy as it gets, really. What it is missing is that big red W. They need to break the partnership if they want to have any chance. Only 41 more runs required by PNG. They're going to go for a quick single, and Zishan doesn't pull the trigger on it in the end, and they get through. Keeps the runs ticking over. Doesn't matter if it's boundaries or singles from this point on. They only require 3.3 runs and over. Let's see, exactly 3.29. So the single here, single there. That's all that Tony Ura and Sese Bao need to do to get the PNG victory. And that stayed low. And a dot to end with. 8 overs done. PNG 82 for the loss of no wicket. They need exactly 40 more for victory. As the PNG move on their merry way, Hong Kong China continue to roll the bowling changes, trying to get this wicket, break this partnership. Azaz Khan take the ball in hand from the Argyle Street end. He's the man that basically broke the back of Nepal on Saturday for the Friendship Cup one-off game, getting 4 wickets. But he doesn't have a lot of runs to play with. He needs to be straight. He needs to make sure he doesn't overstep. Can afford no extras. Zaz Khan starts with an absolute beauty. Beats the outside edge of the left-handed Sese Bao. Zaz Khan around the wicket, goes the Yorker length, gets just the toe of the bat on it, saves the stumps. Unlucky for Zaz, lucky for Sesau. Over the wicket now for the right-handed Tony Ura, bringing up that milestone of 1,500 T20I runs for PNG, the first man to do so for that side. That's straight down the leg side. Zaz Khan not adjusting. With not many runs to protect, extras will be very costly. Captain Azaka Khan still rallying his troops. Come on, Azaz, as he comes in again. And it pops up a little bit safely, and they're running on everything at the moment, just getting through safely, putting pressure on the field. Yasser Murtaza not pulling the trigger on that one, letting them get through. Pretty much through safely anyway by the time he got it. It was a good delivery last time. Azaz Khan bowled to Sese Bao. Almost got through with the Yorker. Will he try the same delivery? Sese Bao on 44. Shorter, so it runs onto the leg side. Keeping the singles coming in. Martin could see her down near our commentary position, the catching position at long on. That one's going to mid-off, the captain, Nazaka. Comes off the boot as it bobbles, but keeps it to a single. And 5 runs already. Getting that run rate required down towards 3. 10 wickets in hand. Easy pickings at the moment for PNG. The captain, Nazaka Khan, on screen, just trying to figure out how he can find a wicket here for his side. Oh, that's gone straight through him. Good delivery to finish off the over. 9 overs done. PNG 87 for no loss. They require 35 more runs for victory. They've got 11 overs to do it in. Couple of the Nepal crew, player and coach, Karen KC, sticking around to enjoy the action, see who they're playing tomorrow in the final, enjoying the sunshine after days of rain since they arrived. One more over before drinks. Yasim Murtaza will be the man to bowl it. That left arm slow round the wicket. Oh, gone straight through again. Can't buy a wicket at the moment, Hong Kong. Off the pad. Putting a Shukla down at backward square leg on the ropes. Bubba's out at deep mid wicket. Nazrullah Runner moving around to deep point. Long on, long off in place as well. And that one's swatted towards Bubba, but it's going to split the gap between Bubba and Ayush, and another boundary. 4 runs. Sese Bao moves to 49. It's his 6th 4. Back live. Fuller this time. He just chips that straight to Anshuman Rath, mid-wicket. Good comeback delivery after being a little short the ball before from Yasim. That one's high in the air. Is it going to clear the ropes? Yes, it is. Over the top of Bubba Hyatt's head for a maximum. And that's the way to bring up your 50, Sese Bao. 55 of 34 deliveries. 6 4s and a 6. No time for a replay. Yasim has ball in hand already. Onto the pads. They're going to get through for a leg bye. Bit of bat on that one. Move towards that 3-figure mark inside the first half. Drinks in 1 ball, and they're on 99. They're bringing Ayush Shukla back inside the circle for the right-hander. Usually big hitting. Tony Ura's just been sitting back and watching Sese Bao enjoy himself out there. And he eases that one as well, which will bring up the 100 for Papua New Guinea. As we go into the drinks break, they're exactly 100 for the loss of no wickets. needing exactly 22 more runs in 10 overs. Obviously, if you can do the math on that one, they require 2.2 runs an over, 10 wickets in hand, 1.5 feet into the final, you'd suggest. Tomorrow, the final from 2 p.m. And the loser of this game will be playing against Hong Kong China A from 9 a.m. live on Cricket Hong Kong YouTube. Pull up the batting card. There's only 2 names to look at because they haven't lost a wicket yet. Papua New Guinea, Tony Ura on 32, going past his milestone of 1,500 T20I runs in the process, and Sese Bao bringing up his half century with a maximum. He's 56 off just 35 deliveries. The bowling card for Hong Kong China. And yeah, there's just runs everywhere. Zaz Khan going for 5 runs in his first over is the only one under 8. So there you have it, 22 more runs in the second half of this innings for PNG to take a spot in the final of the Tri-Nations. Join us on the other side of the drinks break. We'll be over in maybe 30 seconds. Jay Dancing-Hani will take you through the next 5 overs.
Thanks, Aaron. Shot of a bit of a disappointed home crowd just a minute ago. Tell you what, who's not disappointed? Tony Ura, Sese Bao. PNG, what a way to bounce back after losing convincingly by 85 runs in the morning game against Nepal. What a statement as well, heading into that final. Azaz, can he pick up a wicket for Hong Kong China? Not like that, it's on the legs. It's only going to be 1. Really, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what's gone wrong for Hong Kong. They simply lost too many wickets in the first half of their innings. They were 35 for 6 in comparison at the same stage. PNG 100 for no loss. A night and day difference between PNG and Hong Kong China. It's coming around the wicket, Azaz. Too short, gets away with it. Yasim Murtazad, backward point, makes no mistake. See that as well on Azaz Khan's face. The sun absolutely belting down here at TKRG. Yeah, I tell you what, I've definitely gone a shade darker. Worked away on the legs. Decide against that second. Strong throw from the deep. Anshi Rath. He's been a busy character so far today, has Anshi. He's been pretty good in the field, actually. There's 20 more runs required for victory now. I know I just stepped into the comm box, but I'm gonna have to get ready for that player of the match presentation. Quick cameo from me in the comm box. Oh, look at that. In the air. And almost out of the park. Another maximum, this time for Tony Ura, who moves on to 39. See, just a little bit too short. It sat up to be hit. Can he pick up another boundary here? It's guided. Deep cover will keep it down to 1. The countdown has begun. Just another 13 runs required for victory. And that wickets column remains empty here for the home side. Papua New Guinea coming to Hong Kong for the first time in 7 years. 6 years, I beg your pardon. What a way to return to the city-state. What a statement after that morning game. Pulled away. Anshi again. We'll keep it down to 1. Nonetheless, an expensive over. 10 off it. After 11, it's 110 for none. 12 more runs required for victory. And Aaron Bush will walk you through the rest of this broadcast.
Thanks, Jay. Jay Nunsinghani been here all day calling 2 great games of cricket. Not if you're a Hong Kong China supporter at the moment, but for PNG and Nepal, we've seen the best from Nepal and now we're seeing the best from PNG. Jay will be back after the game. Stick around. We're going to have a chat to the captains about today's game and also the player of the match. I've got a sneaking suspicion I know who it might be. But even so, I'm not going to say. Keep it a secret. If you haven't worked it out yourself, you'll have to watch after the game. Jay Nunsinghani will have a chat to the player of the match. There's 12 runs required. Tony Ura's 10 runs away from his half century, but he's down the non-striker's end. Eases a single, Sese Bao, onto the leg side, which will bring Tony Ura on strike. So 11 runs to play with to try to get his half century. Tony Ura is the only man in the PNG squad to score a century for PNG. He won't be getting there today, but he has scored 12 50s before today, but just a single. Suboptimal for his half-century chase. He's now down the non-striker's end, and if he wants to face another ball of this Hassan Khan over, Sese Bao's going to have to give him a single. Stands up on this one. Tiki Iqbal bobbles at the AstroTurf section of the Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground, but keeps it to a dot. Hassan Khan, unusual, yet to get a wicket and been expensive. This one's a fairly tidy over so far. 2 singles from it and a dot. Full toss. Gets away with it. And get the single. Slow grind towards the end of this game. 9 required, which is exactly what Tony Ura needs to get to his half century. I'm sure he won't mind. Bats it out, finishes the game off. He'll be more than happy. Gives himself some room. Does get another single. 1 ball remaining in the 12th. Around the wicket, Ihsan Khan squares Sese Bao up, finishes with a dot, tidy over, only the 4 from it. After 12, PNG 114 for no loss, 8 runs more required. Nepal will be heading to the Tri-Nations final tomorrow afternoon. 2 p.m, watch in live, along with hundreds of thousands of others that will be watching Nepal, I'm sure. Both sides going to get a sleep in. Hong Kong, China are going to have to back this up with a morning game. Eight runs required. Nasrullah Runner's been given the ball from the Argyle Street end. Tony Ura on strike, 42. 8 runs required. If he gets a couple of boundaries, he'll get to his half century and finish the game off. Tries to hit that one hard, but it'll just be a single. Anshuman Rath patrolling the offside ropes. Nasrullah's going to go around the wicket to the left-handed Sese Bao. Had a very good day, has Sese Bao. It's an effort ball in, but pushed away on the leg side. Another single. But unkind throw in to Zishan Ali, but he manages to glove it. All these dots and singles, it's death by 1,000 cuts here for Hong Kong, China. Just eases their way. PNG bowled out this morning for 113. And they come out this afternoon. Haven't lost a wicket. Hit hard. That's 4. Going all the way. Tony Ura still on for a chance of his half century with that boundary. Moves to 47. 2 runs required. What will he do? Is he going to ease it around, get the victory with no wickets lost? Is he going to try to find the ropes, bring up his half century to finish this off? Here it is, Nasrullah Runner. Giving him some room, it's gone high in the air. It is going, it is going. Is it going all the way to the ropes? It is! He wins the game with a 4 and brings up his half century. Tony Ura, take a bow. Sese Bao, take a bow. What a performance from the Papua New Guinea batters. Winning the game without losing a wicket inside 13. Just wasn't enough on the board for Hong Kong, China. They knew that. They needed wickets early. They weren't forthcoming. Tony Ura, Sese Bao, both with half centuries, guiding their team across the line for their first victory of the Tri-Nations series and booking themselves a place in tomorrow's Tri-Nations final against Nepal. The two sides heading to the T20I World Cup in June will be battling it out tomorrow afternoon from 2 p.m. Hong Kong time to hold aloft the 2024 Men's Hong Kong Tri-Nations T20I Series trophy. Commiserations to Hong Kong, China. Once again, weather has not been their friend. They had a huge victory over Nepal in a one-off game on Saturday. Then on Sunday looked like they were going to be a chance until being rained out in the 8th over. Game a washout, meaning Super Tuesday today happened. Whoever won each game was going to go through to the final. And as it is, it will be Nepal and Papua New Guinea. Zishan Ali on screen. One-man stand with the bat for Hong Kong China, getting a half-century himself. Just wasn't enough. 121 on the board. Not batting out the 20 either. There you can see the two men opening the batting, doing the damage and getting the job done for Papua New Guinea. Taking some good form into tomorrow's final. The bowling card there. Tried 6 bowlers. They all got punished. Zaz Khan in the end. The only one going for less than 8 and over, but only just at 7.5. Chances were few and far between. There was one very tough drop chance early on, but in the end, they got it done. Tony Ura moving over 1,500 runs for Papua New Guinea in T20Is. The first man from Papua New Guinea to do that. Remember, coming up shortly, it will be the player of the match presentation, plus we'll have a chat with both captains for Hong Kong China, Nazakat Khan for Papua New Guinea. Asaf Bala will be a very happy man after not getting the job done this morning, being all bowled out for 113. But this afternoon, fantastic batting. I mean, they put together a brilliant effort today, Papua New Guinea against Hong Kong China. This morning, maybe a little bit of a warm-up, flying in yesterday and Monday and Sunday, I should say. But getting there in the end, coming down, playing again in Hong Kong, first time in quite a while. And again, they have the wood over Hong Kong China. That's 3 in a row now for Papua New Guinea over Hong Kong after 2 wins last September in Malaysia. And you have to go back to July 14, 2022 for the last time Hong Kong China defeated PNG in a T20I. A reminder, if you just joined us, you see the scorecard there, but the finals tomorrow will go on. Make sure you join us 9 a.m. I'll be getting out of bed early. I'll be in bed by 9 p.m. tonight, exhausted from these 2 Super Tuesday games. 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, it's Hong Kong China versus Hong Kong China A, the best of the up-and-comers for Hong Kong China. And it's a pretty good lineup. We actually should talk about, well, we got time and waiting for the presentation. Zishan Ali's got an issue tomorrow because Zishan Ali plays for Hong Kong China and scored a 55 not out, but he's also the captain of Hong Kong China A. So he will be playing against himself tomorrow. I'm not sure how that's physically possible. I think he might be in Hong Kong China A as captain, leading the youngsters, which means Jamie Atkinson will have the gloves for Hong Kong China in that game. That Hong Kong China A side, it's Zishan Ali as captain, Ali Hassan, Daniel Bakari, the youngster Danny Mapp, just coming back from the under-19s tournament in Thailand. Gads is playing, Mohammad Gazamfa, Harun Ashad, Jason Loy, the big hitting China Dragons, Cricket Hong Kong Dragons player, Jason Loy, Luke Jones with the leg spin, Raj Kapoor, Rajab Hussain. I'm glad to see that Rajab's getting a game. He's been in some good form domestically. Shahid Wasif and Sheria Khan. So they'll be playing tomorrow morning against Hong Kong China. As I say, I'm not a selector, but I would suggest that Zishan will be playing for Hong Kong A so he can lead that young side and impart some knowledge. And as you can see on the match summary today, he was a solo act for Hong Kong China with his 55, scoring a majority, well, the highest score, not quite a majority, but very close to half the score for Hong Kong China today. From 2 p.m, we will be live around the globe on Fancode in India, ICC.TV, globally, Cricket Hong Kong YouTube, globally, TapMad, Africa, XP, wherever you are in the world, you'll be able to tune in to the huge Tri-Nations Final 2 World Cup T20I teams heading to the USA and West Indies in June. It is Nepal versus Papua New Guinea. Not far away from the presentation now. And talk to the captains first. Be Nazakat Khan talking to Jay Dancing Hani. Then the captain from PNG, Asad Vala. And if you've been watching the whole game, you won't be a genius to guess who is the player of the match, but you'll have to wait and watch and see. I'll be back tomorrow morning from 8:30 for the toss and pitch report, but Aaron Bush for the time being signing off. Jay Dancing Hani will take you through the player presentation.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. A convincing victory for PNG, bowling Hong Kong China out for 121 and chasing down the target with nearly half of their remaining overs left. I want to kick off this post-match presentation by speaking to the captain who finished second. Nazakat Khan, if you could please join me up here. Nazakat, PNG were clinical. A couple of things to work on for the boys.
Yes, you know, we haven't batted well, so we have to accept that we haven't played a good cricket today.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I think it's an obvious answer, but what do you think went wrong in that first innings, especially?
I think especially in power play, you know, we lost those 4 or 5 wickets that cost us. But, you know, the way Zishan carry on, you know, credit goes to him that he took us into 122 score. But still, you know, our top order batters haven't batted well today. But, you know, it's part of the game. And we have been batting really well recently as well. So today the game didn't come off in our way.
And of course, tomorrow you play against Hong Kong A. And as skipper of the national side, it's a chance for you to take a look at some of the players who are knocking on the door of national selection.
Yes, obviously, you know, that game is also important for every player. So, you know, especially those who are playing in national A, you know, they have shown some good performance as well. And you never know, you know, if they perform well, they can be into our team here.
Absolutely. Best of luck for tomorrow against Hong Kong A. And now I'd like to speak to the winning captain, Asad Vala. If you could please join me up here. Asad, there was a tough morning game, losing by 85 runs against Nepal, but you guys bounced back and bounced back in style.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we bounced back in a really good fashion. But before the game, the coach told us that, you know, forget about whatever happened in the first game. Let's start again, start fresh, and, you know, just execute what we spoke about, the plans. And, you know, the bowlers did really well to restrict them to 4 or 5 wickets in the first power play. Was a really good effort. I think it set the tone for us.
Yeah, no doubt. And it seemed like with the seamers, especially in the power play, the plan was to hit the deck nice and hard and take those early wickets.
Yeah, it did work for them. They pitched the ball up, tried to hit the wicket hard and try to swing a few. It did work. The wicket did do a bit for us, and it really helped us. And, you know, credit to the 2 opening bowlers, really started the game off really well for us.
And of course, the big final tomorrow. What do you have to do differently against Nepal to get over the line?
I think the energy we brought in the field was different to the first game. We were a bit flat. The intensity we brought in the both innings with our batting and with our bowling was exceptional today. Hopefully we can bring it, recover well and bring it back tomorrow again.
Fantastic. Congratulations. Can't wait to see you guys and of course Nepal in action tomorrow.
Thank you.
And now I'd like to call up the dignitary of the day, the chairperson of Cricket Hong Kong China, Burji Shroff. If you could please join me up here. And Burji will be presenting the Player of the Match award. And for a fantastic half-century opening the batting, left-handed Sese Bao. Congratulations. And Sese, if you could just stick around for a few words. We have Asad who's going to help us with some of the translation. Sese, it was a small target, I guess achievable target. What was your game plan when you went out there with Tony Ura?
ไม่เพลินนะวิกฤตไปแต่บอลไปไปแต่พิชไปหรอกstrike rotate the strike บอลนะเป็นไม่เรียบอลเดียวไปกว่าดี
They just went out and tried to adapt to the wicket for a few overs, then keep rotating the strike and try to, if the ball was in the area, then they'll go after it.
Yeah, I think I just heard the phrase rotate the strike as well. Sese, you were fantastic today. Congratulations so much on your award. Thank you so much, Asad, for helping us with the translation. Good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Fantastic stuff from Sese Bao and PNG. Tune in to that big final tomorrow afternoon between Nepal and PNG. And before that, in the morning, we've got Hong Kong, China versus Hong Kong, China A. Back to you, Aaron, in the comm box.